Hello, this is James Shaughnessy, 3D motion analyst at the Tucker Tennis Academy. Today we have the pleasure of doing a 3D motion analysis on Mr. Luke Colson. As we take a trip around Luke's backhand, for a kid his age, looks pretty money. So what we'll do today is we'll compare Luke to the world's best one-handed backhands, and we'll see what the difference is and where he can improve to make his backhand more elite. Luke certainly has an excellent start, very smooth player, and we wish him the best as we move through this 3D analysis of his backhand. Here we see Luke Colson with some pro friends of his. Obviously, they taught him how to hit a backhand because his backhand looks kind of money. All right, so when we measured Luke compared to Roger Federer on the far right, next to Federer, second on the right, as we're looking at the frame here, is Stan Wawrinka hitting a massive winner cross court. Then we have Luke in the middle. Then we have Dominic Thiem forcing an error with his backhand cross court. And we have Philip Kohlschreiber smacking an 81-mile-an-hour backhand cross court. So it's an excellent backhand, obviously. For a kid his age, it's really good. We always start with the velocities. Okay, we see Federer on the top, then Kohlschreiber, then Wawrinka, then Thiem, then Luke. Okay, the forward racket velocities are 54, 60, 54, 52, and Luke's 45. Not bad for an 11-year-old. Upward velocity, we got 26 miles an hour for Fed, 37 miles an hour for Kohlschreiber, 27 miles an hour upward for Wawrinka, and 37.5 miles an hour upward for Dominic Thiem. And this is the area that Luke can improve. He's going up 14 miles an hour. All right, on the lateral, we're not worrying about it too much because he's close to almost everybody except for Kohlschreiber's pulling it across. He's out a little wider, so he's pulling across a little more with that 19 miles an hour across. But everyone else is within a couple miles an hour of each other going cross court. Now the ball velocity. So, congratulations, 11-year-old Luke. You just hit a backhand harder than Roger Federer. All right, your backhand was 70. On top, Federer 64. Second is Kohlschreiber at 81. Then you have Wawrinka at 82 and Dominic Thiem hitting a 66. You beat Dominic Thiem too. The only difference is they're putting a bunch of topspin on it. Okay. So what happens here is we look at what's called the ratio of how hard you're swinging forward divided by how fast you're swinging upward. And the best number is 1.6. So we see right here that Kohlschreiber's the winner as far as that goes, as that ratio goes. But you want it under 2, and you're up at 3.15. So we need to improve that. We need to improve the upward velocity of your racket, how fast your racket is swinging upward, okay, as you grow up and go on to win 52 Grand Slam titles. So let's Let's see what we can do to get that to happen, man. So as we take a look at this, I'm going to walk you through it. Of course, all the numbers are over here in the report that you can print out, and there's actually some links in the report that you can click to go see some things. But the first thing we have to do is get a lot lower than impact. Okay, we're tracing everybody's swing path here to see how they look, how that path looks. So right here's the bottom of Luke's swing, and he moves up a grand total of 4 inches to meet the ball. Okay, so that's right over here in the report. We see Luke 4 inches under impact. Now the only guys I measured for this were, I didn't measure every single guy because they're all way under it, but Federer's on top. We got Federer is a massive 27 inches under the ball. Then you got Kohlschreiber 17 inches under the ball. And you got Thiem 19 inches under the ball. So, and you're 4 inches under the ball. So you only have 4 inches to start to speed up and get up to the ball. Okay, Fed's way down here. Your low point's here. But then you meet the ball, Luke, right here. You didn't come up very much. Look at Dominic Thiem. He's getting down here, and he's meeting the ball up here. Oh, even higher than that. He's meeting the ball here, and he's getting down here. I mean, that's huge. So the tip of your racket when you meet the ball is right here, and the bottom of it's here. It's just a little bitty bit. And Kohlschreiber, way down here to here. Okay, they have more room to speed up. So that's a sports science fact. You can't just instantly speed up. The more room you have to speed up, the more likely it is you're going to be able to speed up and go fast going upward. Okay. So if you look at your swing after you hit the ball, you look like $1,000,000. You look like, oh, I went way up, but you didn't. You faked it. And you know what you did? You opened your racket face so that you could scoop that ball up and over the net. So since you don't have a lot of up, I'm going through these guys' bones. Look at this. Since you didn't go up, you had to scoop that to get it over the net. So you didn't have any spin or lift, so you scooped it and you got it over. And you scooped it just right on that one so that it stayed in, and you knocked the tar out of it at 70 miles an hour, and it went fast because it didn't have any spin on it. So you got to get some spin if you want to play with the big boys. You're hitting plenty hard, but when you put spin on it, the ball slows down, as you know. All right, so the first tip of the day is drop the racket lower than impact a lot more than you are. All right, the second thing to help you get more upward velocity on the racket. Up here, when we look at it, we measured it, you only need 100% more upward racket velocity. From 14 to like 28. That's 100%, man. Okay, so we got an emergency here. Okay, we got to fix this. We got to get you going up. So the first thing that's always you got to look at is, well, what are you doing with your drive leg? Your front leg is this one. This is the one you're driving up on right now, and you're driving up about 5 degrees per second. All right, everybody else is like 150. Okay, so that's a big difference. If you watch their legs, they're straightening their leg a lot. They're coming up off the ground. Now your arm comes up here real pretty. This looks money, but look at these guys. They're off the ground, except maybe Fed. Okay, they are launching. But Fed is straightening that leg out. Look at Fed straighten his leg out. Wawrinka is straightening it out. They all are. So you got to get stronger in your left leg. And we already have a workout program for you at Tucker for that. And down here in this exercise section, I want you to do these. Okay? I want you to do about 3 sets of, let's say, 8 to 10. And I want you to do that every other day if you're not around us or if you're not around a strength and conditioning coach, okay? So each one of these exercises down here has a purpose up here in this report. All right, so that's the second thing is you got to extend the knee. The best, come work out on the machines is the best, but if you can't, you got these workouts here you can do. All right. The weight, always use lighter weight than you think. Okay. Unless you got a pro trainer with you, you need to be using very light weights or body weight. So don't worry about it. All right. Okay, now the next thing is to improve your upward velocity of your racket is you got to increase the upward racket rotation. What the heck am I talking about? All right, I'll show you. So when you meet the ball, your racket's right here. Look at everybody else. Their racket's like this. Kohlschreiber's a little bit down a little bit. But you're way down. Can you see the difference in those lines? Now, when we move along, as they're hitting the ball, they're turning their racket. Now look at everybody's racket. Everybody's racket's up here pointed up. Okay? Your racket's like this. That's a huge difference, brother. You didn't roll your arm. You got to roll your forearm. You got to roll your upper arm. It's called external rotation when you roll your upper arm, and it's called supination when you roll your forearm. And so this is what I'm talking about when I mean roll your arm. You got to roll it like this, okay? You got to roll it outward so that you make the racket go from here to like this, and then all the way up here to like this. All right? You're not doing that. You're not doing that till you get like up here. See right there? Then you're rolling your racket. So you want to do this while you're hitting the ball. See this move right here that you're doing? You see that like brushing action? That like you want to do that while you're hitting it. Okay? So you got to set yourself up for that with your arm, all right? So you got to, when you drop your arm right here, you got to point the racket more at the ground. Okay, you got to get that tip down, man. Got to look at Theme getting down here more than you. You need to get down like this. Point that tip at the ground more. All right? That's called you're rolling it inward like that, and then when you swing, you're going to roll it back outward. So right now you're here, and you're going to roll it like this, like a madman while you lift. Okay? That's why these guys see right now your swing, just as soon as you hit it, you start coming across at a steeper angle than these guys. See, all these guys are going up. That's because they're doing that rolling action. Okay, you're just pulling right across. Okay, these guys are all rolling around here. Okay, so if you watch close, you can see it. Look at Fed. That's pretty. Now, Wawrinka's coming across a little bit, but he is knocking the crud out of it. But he is brushing it. You can see him brushing it. You're kind of shoveling it. Dominic Thiem is brushing the heck out of it, and so is Kohlschreiber. All right. Next thing. So to do that, you're going to get down here. You're going to do these exercises right down here. Now this one is for your forearm. Now this guy's laying on the ground here, but you don't have to lay on the ground. You can just sit on a table, bend your arms 90 degrees, let the weight hang off the edge of the table. You can use a hammer for this, okay? See how this guy's got a stick, and on one end he's got a weight, but the other end there's no weight. If there's a weight over here, the exercise doesn't work. It's no good. This weight, if you have a weight here, that just helps you do it. It makes it easier. So you don't want to do that. You have to have a stick with a weight on the end. Some people just hold one end of a dumbbell, but I don't like that very much. Typically, it helps you. It doesn't work you out as much. Now, all these exercises right here are to strengthen your rotator cuff. These muscles right here, the infraspinatus, the teres minor, those are part of your rotator cuff. The supraspinatus right here, that's part of your rotator cuff. Now, this exercise right here is going to do a lot for your deltoids, and you're going to get stronger on the follow through, okay? So these are going to help you, man. These aren't super duper deluxe specific like you could do on our machines, but they will help you. This one right here is coming up next. This one's really important right here. You're already doing that for something else, I remember. And you're already doing a couple of these for something else. But let's go back to the vid. Okay, so there's another thing on here. There's a link, Scott, that's right here for the throwers 10. That's really good also for this rotation. Okay, it helps prevent injury on serve and pitchers, but it also does the action on the one-hand backhand. All right, so the 1-E, that actually powers the 1-E. It prevents injury and slows down the racket on a serve and when you pitch, your arm when you pitch. But on a 1-E, you need those muscles strong so you can rotate that racket. All right, the next thing is we have a little red area over here, unfortunately. Not that one, this one. This is the upward racket trajectory at impact. All right, now those numbers look a little fuzzy, so I'll read them off to you. Federer swinging up at 26.11 degrees. And what am I talking about so that everybody here understands? A lot of times people don't get this, so when Fed's hitting the ball, when everybody's meeting the ball, that's where that measurement's taken. That means the angle of this swing path right here, right when he hits the ball, is 26 degrees to the ground. Okay? And we have Kohlschreiber over here. He's really swinging up. It's this right here. This deal here. He's at 30, looks like 37 degrees. I'm sorry, 30 degrees. I have a different one where he's swinging 37. But that's up 30 degrees when he's hitting it. When he touches the ball, he already hit it there. Right there. So if you look close, after people hit the ball, their rackets tend to go up way more. But the ball doesn't know it. They don't care. That's 30 degrees. All right. We got dominant theme. He's swinging up 35. So you can see that that's steeper than Kohlschreiber right here. But after they hit, Kohlschreiber fakes it and goes up. Now Luke's doing a little fake job here too. He's hitting the ball. Here's his angle. That's only 14 degrees. Okay, but right here he looks great, man. Right after he hits it, oh yeah. Okay, the ball doesn't know that happens. So, want to improve that. Okay, now when you increase all these things, when you increase the steepness of your swing, you can increase how fast you're swinging up. You close your racket a little bit. You're going to make more spin. The ball's going to slow down. So you want to be able to keep the ball going as fast as it's going now, but with spin. So you got to increase how fast you're swinging forward. All right, to increase the forward swing, we have to look at this right here. If we look at your pelvis right here, we see the inside of your pelvis here. We see some abdominic theme, but if I get over at a better angle where he's even with you, see, we see a lot less. Okay, if I'm looking straight at you, I see a lot of the inside of your pelvis. If I'm looking straight at Wawrinka, I see a lot less. If I'm looking at Fed, I barely see any. If I'm looking at Kohlschreiber, I see a lot less than you. So what happens is these guys, I measured it. I didn't put the measurements on these reports because they're kind of complicated, but you turn your shoulders in, and there's this thing called the kinetic chain. And what you want to have happen is you want your pelvis to come around fast and then slow down and stop right here. And that transfers energy to your shoulders. They come around fast and then they stop. And then that transfers energy up into your arm and then into your racket. And that right there, this thing right here, this mess right here is called the kinetic chain. All right. So you don't use your kinetic chain right, unfortunately. You speed up your shoulders and your hips together, and then that's good at the beginning, but then you slow down your shoulders. That's good, but your hips should slow down first, but they don't slow down. Your hips are going more than twice as fast rotation speed. The angular rotation of your hips is twice as much as these pros. Well, that's good, right? No, they're decelerating. They're slowing their hips down on purpose. So when you slow something down in the chain, something else speeds up higher in the chain. So when you slow down your hips, your shoulders speed up. Then you slow down your shoulders, then your racket speeds up. So what you do is you just blow off the hips. Like you just turn your hips in really fast. But your shoulders are doing an excellent job, okay? So like your shoulders slow down on time. So you start turning in with both of them. All right? Then your shoulders are going really fast, but they slow down right there, but your hips just keep going. Your hips are facing the net about 40 degrees more than they should. Okay, you really got to stop the hips. So the whole secret to this deal is your hips right now are about like this, and they need to be about like this. Okay? So what you try to do is when you twist in, and you can't, it's so hard to see this when you're coaching. So right now your hips are already too open. You're just starting too open. Okay? Look at Thiem's hips. It's kind of hard to, let me move him a little bit. There we go. See this right here? He's turned away. Now if we look a little bit at you, you're not turned away. You got to turn away more. And that's going to help you. Because right now you're turning to face this way too much. But if you start here and turn in the same amount, you're going to be in the perfect position. But you got to try to slow down. So what you try to do is get here, then turn into here, then slam that door shut. Don't let the door swing through, man. Okay? Don't let that hip door swing through. So you're going to slam the door, baby. Right now, you got the door opening up the wrong way. So see Wawrinka right here, his hips are like this. Fed does less with his hips. He doesn't do anything with his hips too much, but he doesn't really move them. He won't move them out of position. See, he only gets to right here. This is where you want to be. Okay? All right, so that's the hip position. When we have a guy that needs to improve the upward velocity of his racket, 50% of the time it's leg drive. And you got a little bit of a leg drive issue here, like pushing up with the legs. The other 50% of the time, it's how fast you're lifting your arm right here. How fast your arm's going up like that. And the position of your arm when you hit it. Luke has better than pro numbers on that. Like he's in the average zone for the pros. All right? Like this is really cool. Like right here, the guy's got his arm way out there. That's money. Look at this. See all these arms? You don't really see that often in a junior player. But Luke's money there. And not only he's lifting it. So really we just improve the legs a little bit and we really improve the roll of this arm. Okay? And then we get the racket way down here, pointed at the ground better. Right here, you're gonna have to do the opposite of supinate. You're gonna have to pronate right here to make your racket look down. Remember, you needed to go down 13 more inches, over a foot. Okay, this is serious. You got to get that thing down. All right, so roll that down, and then you're going to do these exercises right here, and especially right there, and you're going to be able to roll this thing back up and rip on the ball, man. You'll be able to make nasty angles, topspin lobs, all kinds of good stuff. All right, Luke, you're a money player. Keep up the good work. I know you believe in yourself, and you keep believing, man, because the numbers say it's true. You're going to be good, so keep your head on straight. Good players with lots of talent, it's usually about the head. You're going to be able to be a baller, dude. The question is, can you keep your head together? I think you can. So I can't wait to see you play. I can't wait to see you down at Tucker again. Take care. You know where to find me. If you have any questions, it's James Shaughnessy, 3D Motion Analyst at the Tucker Tennis Academy.